while we have a lot of supply coming to market from non-OPEC countries such as Brazil, Guyana, Canada, Norway, but there's also seasonality at play here. So these countries are increasing production at a time when their domestic demand is much weaker. They've got through summer driving season, etc. So global crude exports are really strong. So we're seeing this higher production hitting the global market. So just for last month, we saw record crude exports being exported on tankers.
Gee, I want to go back just a bit, because when I think about what the optimum price is, I'm not sure there is such a thing, but once you get below about $60, it's my understanding that a lot of folks in the oil services industry, which we have a lot of here in Texas, so the drillers, you're talking about, they start to feel a lot of pain. Just the economics don't work out. And last I saw, we were well below 60, close to about $57 a barrel in that area.
That's right. The sweet spot is probably around that mid-60s, right, where you have prices at the pump staying in check, yet it's high enough so that producers are making money as well. So when you start to be dropping below $60 a barrel, that's when you're likely seeing lower activity. And we've been seeing that, right? So we've talked previously about the rig count, and you've seen that rig count continuing to drop lower. That said, US production has been very resilient. In the latest official monthly data for July, we saw production at a record. Just this low activity and these lower prices are ultimately going to weigh on that activity and push US production gradually moving lower. But it might not be until next year.
You think about, though, the economic impact. On the one hand, and we're going to have to talk about this, what this means for consumers, gasoline prices. On the other hand, you think about these rigs, just one of them employs dozens of people. These service sector jobs are really important. If you've got now some of these supply companies, some of these drillers saying we need to slow things down, we talking about a lot of folks losing their jobs?
Yes. So it's not just that, but it's just the lower oil price environment as well. We've seen consolidation in the market. So as you've seen companies making acquisitions, they're essentially creating efficiencies and trimming the workforce in the same way as you have a low rig count. That's looking to focus on efficiencies on that side of things too. So yes, it's definitely detrimental for the US oil industry and for Texas specifically. But as you mentioned there's always that kind of seesaw, that silver lining, and prices at the pump on the national average here are testing $3 a gallon. For Texas, they're at $2.60 a gallon, and so that's kind of the upside. But the downside is definitely there's going to be jobs being lost here.
Yeah, we're just seeing Forbes talking about $2.99 gas is here. Here's why the average price could drop even more. You see it dropping more before it bounces back?
Yeah, for sure. There is a seasonality as you tend to see prices lowest at the end of the year. So we're definitely going to see further downside here, which is a positive thing. But if we do see oil prices kicking around $60 for next year, that means that we should see prices at the pump stay around that $3 level as well. So low prices at the pump may be here to stay simply because low oil prices are as well.
Here to stay? Really? I mean, how long?
At least for the short to medium term, so through the first half of next year. There's that old adage, the thing that fixes low oil prices is low oil prices, and so ultimately, as you see this production coming off the market, not just in the US but potentially elsewhere as well, then you see higher prices. But we may not see them materially higher, David, until later next year or even 2027.
Want to understand energy and pricing?
Grand rising, grand rising. Good morning to you all. I'm out running an errand early this morning, getting it done before the rush hour starts later on today. And as you can see, I'm listening to talk radio again on my errand. And as you heard, they are talking about the U.S. oil production companies and how they are going to do lots of layoffs coming up here, I guess, soon. 6 months or so. And I can proudly say I haven't bought gas in over 2 years. I have not bought any gasoline in over 2 years because I'm driving a Tesla, as you can see. And this is why I bought a Tesla, because I'm not impacted by the gasoline prices at all. To charge this car up only costs me, if I charge from home on my own DIY solar generators, it doesn't cost me anything. But if I charge at one of the Tesla's supercharging stations, it's still cheap. It's only 15, 16 bucks for a whole 300 mile per hour charge. That's cheap. A whole lot cheaper than buying gasoline, let me tell you. So I'm always looking at ways to save my money. I'm always looking at ways to save my money on maintenance. There's no maintenance to this car because this car doesn't have an engine, people. No oil changes, no tune-ups, no breaking up engine parts. I don't have that problem because this car doesn't have an engine. So my vehicle maintenance has gone all the way down. I'm saving tons of money on gasoline and tons of money on no maintenance. This is why I bought a Tesla. This is why I will continue to always buy an EV. It saves me money. And we ain't gonna talk about the AI. The AI in these EV cars are off the market. They're off the market. They're awesome. The AI in this car is awesome. From the radar it has in it, the FSD program where it can drive itself. You can't steal this car. 9 cameras all the way around it. I can go on with the AI. I can keep on going with the AI of this car. This is a super smart car. So my goal is to always save money. I'm always looking at ways to save money. And as I can see, and I've been watching it too, they're gonna raise the oil prices. They're gonna do it because they're all about making money. It's all about making money. They're gonna slow the pumping big rigs out to pump the oil. They're gonna shut them down, some of them down, lay a bunch of people off, and raise the prices of oil. You guys have a nice day. As I run this errand and get back to the house, and looks like it's a little cloudy out here from what I see. And I'm hoping for some rain. We need some rain real bad. I'm hoping for some rain. So you guys have a nice, beautiful day here. Redemption Life Wayne coming at you.